You know, I think people who are very thoughtful about this issue, and there are plenty of people out there that are very thoughtful about this issue, it is a very, very disturbing issue. It is a part of our society that it's very difficult to deal with it. I've wrestled with this myself, and I've come down on the side that I support a constitutional right of a woman to manage her own reproductive health. That doesn't mean that I don't tremendously respect people who take a different view. We have a disagreement about that. The reason I came down where I did come down is I think it's that I do not think that the government should be involved in this most personal of decisions, a very private and personal decision. This should be a decision the woman, the people that she trusts and wants to talk to make this decision. But abortions are unfortunately out there, and if we outlaw abortion, that will not end the problem. They will still take place. And so I think that we hopefully will work on education, we'll work on things that we want to have it so abortions are rare, but they have to be legal and they have to be safe, because we do not want a system where the woman's health is endangered. And you know, when I got in this race, people said, "Oh, you know, you can't ever say what you really feel about this." But I think I can, and I say it out of respect for people who disagree with me, and I hope that they will respect my opinion on this issue, and I hope that they would not let that one issue determine something that I think is which is important, and that is the many problems that we have in this country.
I'm pro-life, and I've had this discussion I've had that question asked in several venues, and the most interesting was speaking to a group of younger people, millennials, and the way I look at this is I'm not an expert on world religion. I've studied world religion, but I cannot tell you definitively what every religion in the world believes. But from my study, the only two that I know that believe that man was literally made in the image and likeness of God is Judaism and Christianity, and in that regard they're basically inseparable. But I can say definitively that there's only one nation in the history of the world that was founded on that belief. And I think the most definitive statement or line written in terms of our founding is the second line of the Declaration of Independence. It says, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights." And when I was talking to these folks answering this question, I asked people if they know what unalienable means, and a lot of people don't. It's not in our modern vernacular. It means non-transferable. It means these rights pre-exist you. They exist outside of you. They pre-existed government, and they exist outside of government. Not only does no one have the right to take them from you, you can't even give them away. So they're unalienable. And it says, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And I think there was a reason why life was first. Because without life, we really don't have a discussion about liberty. Without life, we don't really talk about the pursuit of happiness. You can't even have a discussion about the right to privacy if there's no life. And then I like to point out that the next 5 words are the definitive words of what our government's primary and maybe its sole purpose is, and to secure these rights. Governments are instituted among men the just. Powers of such are derived from the consent of the governed. So that's how I go about it. If you can, in my opinion, if you can't get the life issue right, I'm not sure where you're going to be. Everything else is open to discussion as well. So I start there, that life, you know, it starts with life. Everything else devolves from there.